Heart of Ice. Man Feminized by a Woman. By Clover Cox. To my readers, always. Chapter 1. Van was walking his beagle Roosevelt down the street on a crisp autumn morning. The leaves had just begun to change, so he took his time admiring the warm colors, feeling a sense of awe each time a leaf broke away from a branch and fluttered to the ground. He spent his morning running through the park before taking his dog out for a walk. He used to take Roosevelt along with him for runs, but decided it was better to leave him behind after he struggled a few times. Van was a professional runner and often lost himself when his feet hit the pavement. He always took Roosevelt for a walk after he got home and showered, even on those hot, muggy days that were horrendous, but the weather was incredible today. Cool enough for a thin sweater. People were dressed in scarves and beanies, many of them walking their dogs like him. He loved summer, but sometimes he loved winter even more. Roosevelt used the bathroom when they reached the park in their neighborhood. Van picked it up with a plastic bag and tossed it into the waste bin before seeking out a bench to relax a bit. His muscles were sore from his morning run, so he rubbed the back of his legs as Roosevelt rolled around in the grass right in front of the bench. Van leaned his head back and closed his eyes. He didn't see the beautiful brunette walking down the street with her Maltese poodle on a leash, but his dog Roosevelt did. He perked up as she approached, paying much more attention to her dog than her, and the woman had her eyes on Roosevelt's owner. She thought Roosevelt was super cute, but the man on the bench was downright sexy. He had blonde hair, thick arms, and a handsome jawline that would make any sensible woman drop her panties. The brunette's name was Lauri. She was a model in the city who also worked as a makeup artist. She had her cosmetology license, but didn't love how tedious doing hair could be. She'd never been the best at mixing dyes or getting cuts exactly right, but she was amazing at makeup. Lauri could transform any face with creams, powders, and brushes. She had a little black book of clients who booked her for special events and photo shoots. Many of her model friends would text or call her for makeup advice, which she was happy to provide if they were willing to do favors for her down the line. Lauri was going to say hello to the handsome man on the bench, but her dog Coco did the introductions for her. She went up to the beagle attached to the leash Van was holding. The dogs checked each other out, doing the normal rituals dogs did when they first met. It wasn't until Coco yapped at the beagle that Van opened his eyes.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?